Our Taiwanese friends often say 要靠自己, which is to say, you have to depend on yourself.
It's an ethos. Work hard, don't be a burden on others, have something to give. It's how you can hold your head up.
I was visiting a lady that my team has been coming alongside for a while, and she's in drug rehab. And she was just really tempted to bail because she was really focused on going back to work. Now, realistically, given her situation, she would probably end up back in prostitution or maybe even dead. But thank God, she just said a moment later, well, the thing is, in this pandemic, maybe I think it would be hard for me to get a job right now, so maybe I'll stick it out.
For all the stress and loss this pandemic has caused, it's also created space for God to speak to our local friends and for us to connect.
COVID-19 hasn't been as bad here because the government took early, strict action to control the spread. So we've been able to work here almost as normal. It's been a bit intense making adjustments, but our ministries have been able to go on.
Some events had to be cancelled, but we turned it into a chance to have an Easter outreach to folks in the market down our alley, and that ended up linking us with a whole network of folks in our community. Many of our neighbours are seeing their businesses grow very quiet. Our friends who run a small restaurant say business is down to half of what it was before the virus hit. That's got to be really hard. But the silver lining has been that they've had more time to linger. Their friendship has been such a gift.
One time we were chatting through different issues about faith, and they shared how they'd gotten to have their negative impressions of Christians, but then they go, but you guys are different, and your church, is it more open? And we just started laughing about how, well, we're actually still learning about the culture in our own church here in Taiwan. And then Laoban, that's the boss, he goes, well, who knows, maybe one of these days I'll go and check out your church. And the thing is that we're not actually different from, I don't think we're that different from other Christians in Taiwan. It's just that we seem to be the only Christians that our friends regularly interact with. And that's just a reality when less than 0.5% of working class folk are Christians. And we just long for people like our friends to have the chance to know what Jesus is really like. Jesus is working here, even in the midst of this pandemic. And, we're just super glad that we get to be here.